Good morning. We will try to review the two main points which we discussed over the past few days and try and see if we can finish this week with clarity on these 2 points. The first one was the idea that if somebody puts his trust, not just that he tries to use it as a tool, but if somebody puts his trust in his wisdom and in his talents, the only place where it will get him is that he won't achieve his intended goals, and at the same time, he will lose that energy, he will lose that effort, and he will lose that wisdom. As the pasuk says in Iev, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu traps the people who put their trust in their own wisdom. He traps them in their own trap, in their own doing, because what happens is they lose that energy, and in the end they don't get the expected result. And the only way to get out of this is to become a person who puts his trust in Hashem, but not just that, but reaches a state of mind that everything is about Hashem and everything is about the trust that he has in Hashem. My Rebbe Rabeinu Bachye used to tell us the story. He was once on his way back from Cleveland, Ohio, and a fellow, Tommy Schwartz, was giving him a ride to the airport, and he apologized numerous times for coming late, and he said that he had just finished a very complicated phone call with his accountant. So Reb Baruch asked him, what was this phone call about? And he said, well, this is a new accountant. My old accountant left abruptly last month, and my new accountant just notified me that my old accountant stole $1 million from me, and he left to a country where we'll never see it back. But now, Rebbe, can you please tell me a Dvar Torah? And Reb Baruch told him, how can you say this? How you just lost $1 million? And I know you're not a multimillionaire. How can you just say, Rebbe, tell me a Dvar Torah? And he said it's simple. I didn't do anything wrong or evil or vicious to lose this $1 million. Hashem gave me this $1 million. Now Hashem took this $1 million. And now, can you please tell me a Dvar Torah? A person that reaches a state of mind of putting his trust in Hashem, as the pasuk says the Chovas Halevovas, v'doisha Hashem lo yachseru kol toiv. Someone who puts his trust in Hashem will never ever be missing out on toiv, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the surrounding ideas are, because he always remembers his trust is in Hashem. The second idea which we had this week, the idea that somebody that puts his trust in his wealth, and he wastes his years and his effort and his energy to gain wealth. We're not talking about gaining parnasa here. We're talking about gaining wealth. As the pasuk says, Al tiga lahashem im binoscha chadal, don't waste your years to try and gain wealth, because in the end you will lose it in the blink of an eye. Many years ago, there were a few investors who decided that they wanted to put their money in the safest possible investment. So they bought bricks of gold and they opened the safe room 16 stories down under the World Trade Center. And of course we know what happened there, and the entire safest investment of the world was vaporized in an instant. Because if somebody puts his trust in wealth itself, of course that will disappear. However, if somebody puts his trust in Hashem, lo yachseru kol toiv. Thank you for joining me. Looking forward to continuing the Shaar Habitachon next week in Mirz Hashem.